Howdy everyone, it's Checkerfella88 and welcome to an update video about a new Let's Play that's gonna be kind of ambitious, but is hopefully going to be next month sometime for when I can start it. As you can see, I have The Sims 2 open and I'm in Strange Town. Now, are you asking, am I gonna start a Strange Town Let's Play? Yes and no. I'm actually gonna be doing more than just Strange Town. Strange Town is just the main hood. Basically, I'm going to be doing an Ultra Hood. What is this Ultra Hood, you ask? Well, it's basically all the hoods combined into one. How I do that, you ask? Shopping districts. There is 14 hoods in total, including Strange Town, Blue Water Village, Riverside, Viper Canyon, Belladonna Cove, Four Corners, Vittville, Garden Heights, Arbor Falls, Mesa Flats, Desolata Valley, Pleasant View, River Blossom Hills, and Villanaville. I'm going to be doing all the hoods in one, and that's basically what this Ultra Hood is going to be. I'm also going to include the 3 vacation worlds, not the vacation world from Castaway because you apparently have to download some CC for it, and I didn't want to do that, nor wanted to add a new vacation world, so we're not doing a Castaway vacation world. But I also have the downtown and the 3 universities. So, you know, it's ambitious, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. Ever since I started watching Lady S on YouTube, which I actually have her playing in the background. I'm actually watching her Ultra Hood right now. I got inspired to do this by her, which I will leave a link down to her playlist where you can watch it. And yeah, so basically this is gonna take forever as there are so many families, and why am I not ready to play, you ask? Well, I'll show you. Let me just go into it. Let's go to 94 Road to Nowhere. I'm gonna show you the reason why I go over my play rules with you guys, because, you know, I want you guys to know what to start this, hopefully. This has been being worked on for like, maybe more than a month. Alright, so the lot finally finished loading. It didn't take too long after I left you guys. But if you look over here, these roads may look familiar. They are Curious Bee's road replacements. So, as you can see here, this road is the Max's road, but the rest is the road replacement. That's because for the lot area, I have to replace the roads myself. They're in decorative miscellaneous. As you can see here, they're right here, and if I turn on move objects, I can place them down if I can get it to go correctly. So I basically have to do these for every single lot. That is correct. Every single lot in the 14 hoods, including all those like the vacation worlds, universities, and downtown. I also have to do that. So that's going to take me a while to do. And I also want to do some renovations to a couple of the lots also, like the university dorms. Each of the dorm rooms I want to have a bed, a desk, and a wardrobe in them. So I'm going to have to add what needs to be in those rooms. And then Yeah, so it's going to take me a while to set up the hood fully. So if we go back to the neighborhood, and I should have probably saved that, but it's fine. The reason I put Strange Town as the main hood is because those are broken in subhoods. Town is the main hood. It's because there are more important scripted events that need to happen in this hood than in Pleasant View and Veronaville. I can mimic those scripted events. I can do them myself. They're just not gonna be exactly the same, as I'm gonna have to mimic them. But the scripted events that need to happen in Strange Town definitely is... Okay, so just quick warning, if I accidentally rode into a family, I do apologize. For some reason, my mouse has been double clicking a little bit lately, which will instantly load into the house if I double click. So I'm gonna hopefully not double click, but if I do, I'll cut it out until we get back. But the curious family, Bacon, he needs to get abducted by aliens. And whenever he goes to the telescope, it is scripted for him to automatically get abducted and pregnant. So that's basically one scripted event that needs to definitely happen. The second one is over at the Spectre household. And my mouse double clicked, fine. I'll just back out without saving once it loads. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, like I was saying, scripted events. The second scripted event that definitely needs to happen is Olive needs to die on the day that Ophelia ages up to an adult. So Olive wouldn't die if she was in the subhood the same day, basically, in the shopping district versions. Now, the last scripted event that I can think of that definitely needs to happen is with the Smiths, Johnny aging up to an adult with the birthday party. Because if you try to do it in the subhood version, then he won't age up, basically. So that's the reason that Strange Town is the main hood. I was originally going to have Pleasant View as the main hood, but the Strange Town scripted events are more important than the Pleasant View scripted events. So yeah, I can easily do the Pleasant View scripted events, mimicking them. Because I know them by heart. And I can do the same with Veronaville, except I'm actually going to have to search up those scripted events, as I haven't really played through Veronaville. So yeah, I played through Pleasant View multiple times, and I think I tried to play through Strange Town once before. So yeah, when this does start, we'll be starting with Strange Town, and then basically going on from there. I think the play order that I want to do is Strange Town, Pleasant View, Veronaville, River Blossom Hills, I think Desert Valley came after River Blossom Hill, then Belladonna Cove, then Four Corners, Bitville. After Belladonna, Blue Water Village, then Viper Canyon, then Riverside, then Four Corners, Bitville, Garden Heights, Mesa Flats, and then we're gonna end on Arbor Falls. And then after that, I want to move on and do the 3 universities: Sim State University, La Festa Tech, and Academia Litor. Now, I might have not said these two correctly, so I do apologize if I butchered something. There's gonna be a lot of butchering of names in this series, I can tell you that. And yeah. So I was debating on putting these at the end or in between doing the 14 hoods, as I don't know if you guys want to watch like more than 20 university stuff all in one. I could like do the university rounds quickly, but I'm not sure. If you guys have any ideas on how you want me to do these university sims, then let me know. And if you're wondering about the teens, when we're doing the hoods, any teens that go to university that round, we will do their university, at least we'll be starting their university rounds there. So like when Dustin, Dirk, Angel, and Lilith, if they want to go, we'll play them for my rules of the university at the end after we finish the oldies. I believe the oldies are the last family in the rotation. It's either oldies or burbs are the final family in rotation. I think it's the oldies that are in the final rotation. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, that's at least my plan. And then I'm going to move these guys into, once these guys graduate in these worlds, there are certain hoods that I have written down in a Google Doc where they can move to. Like the foster tech only has 3 worlds they can move into, as those are the only like desert ones, which would be Strangetown, Mesa Flats, and Viper Canyon. Those are the only ones that the Sims on the foster tech who are in that university can move to once they graduate. The other ones have been split into the other 2 based on like the appearance of the world, and I guess trying to keep them as even as possible also. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I want to mention for this section. Oh yes, so since Belladonna Cove has people living in the apartments, when I looked in the sim bin, the people that lived in the apartments aren't in said apartments. They're in the bin. So that actually kind of helps and also annoying at the same time. The reason being is to put the road replacement overlays down on those lots, I would have had to kick them out and then move them back in to do that, because I would have to change the apartment into a residential before I can edit anything out of the apartment itself. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to move all those guys back in once I'm done, which I'm not sure where they're supposed to go. So I'm gonna have to write that down. And then after I put those row replacements down, I'm not gonna move them straight back in when we go through the introductions. I'll do that. And if you're wondering what are the introductions are basically just going through the scripted events, at least for the base game worlds, and then the other ones are basically just gonna be setting the family up, as they don't have any scripted events. So yeah, that's kind of that. Oh, and if you guys want, leave baby name suggestions down in the description. I'm actually making a list of a ton of baby names, going in alphabetical order, writing them down in the Google Doc for girls and boys, so that we can have the list so I don't have to think of a name. As we're gonna be naming the babies in the ABC order as they are born because I don't know another way to do it. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. So next, let's go over my rules, and I'm gonna need to exit out the game and start up a new recording so I can show you guys my rules. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I was going to show you the list of the baby names that I have written down real quick. So I'm looking on the girls right now, and I have up to L's. I gotta start on the M's next. Basically, the ones that I have written down here are names that I can pronounce. And if you're wondering how I'm gonna do this, is for when the first baby is born, if it is a girl, I'm gonna go to random.org and see how many names there are. There are 46, and then I will generate a number between 1 and 46, and let's say we got number 19. Amelia. Then the baby's name will be Amelia. So that's basically how that's going to work. If you want to put some baby name suggestions down in the description, go on ahead. If it's not already on here, I'll add it. Boys and girls names, any names, really. Even if it's one I can't pronounce, if you do suggest that, I'll add it. And then I'll have to figure out how to pronounce it if it gets picked. So remember, if you do suggest a name, there's going to be a chance that it's not going to be picked when we get to that letter, as it's going to be randomized. So, like, you know. So, yeah, those are all the names I have written down currently. Now let's get on to the play rules. Now, I actually wrote these 12 days ago. I had these in my head, but then I was like, I should write them down just in case I forget. So, I have written them down. Now, most of these rules are copied straight from Pleasant Sims rules. If you guys know her, Cindy, she's literally the reason I started playing The Sims 2 in the first place. Watching, like, I found her channel from her rebooted, Pleasant View series, which she discontinued as she has started a new one, which she's streaming on Twitch. I will leave a link down to her channel in the description, and also her play rules on her site, as some of these are copied straight from there, and then some are copied and modified, and others are my own. So I can't take full credit. I'm mostly inspired by how she plays, as I feel like it fits. So yeah, let's just start. So some other stuff was basically just some random rules that didn't fit any of the other categories. Basically, I let my Sims do what they want. I won't force them to do stuff unless I feel the need to, aka wants playstyle. So as you guys know, Cindy plays in a wants playstyle, and I think that fits perfect with The Sims 2, because the wants and fears are perfect. I love them. When I play Sims 4, I have the whims turned off, as they annoy me. So The Sims 2, I play it in a once playstyle. Now, if I do feel the need to intervene, like, example, if I want a Sim to meet another Sim because I feel like they would be good together, then I might use the Sim Blender and teleport them over to the house and pretend like, they met when they met somehow, like, online chat or something, I don't know. So I might do that. I know that's a little cheaty, but hey, I cheat the needs in the game. You'll see me do that when I start. You'll see I cheat the needs sometimes. So like an example of me intervening is in Pleasant View, Brandy and Darren. I like to put them together. So I might teleport Darren over to Brandy's trailer so they can unleash me, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Now, I won't force them to be romantic with each other. I'll just get them to meet, basically. And then the second one is, since I have a mod that allows any sim to fight burglars, a sim has to either be in the athletic, criminal, law enforcement, or military career tracks and or have level 8 or higher of the body skill to fight them. I recently did get a mod that allows... Oh, I have paused falling off. But I do have that mod. I recently got it, and I felt like it was a little cheaty to allow any sim to fight, so I put some rules on it. So, yeah. Because I usually just give all my families that burger alarm, but now only, like, richer families are going to be allowed to have a burger alarm. The others are going to either have to have one of these, or they're going to have to call the police if a burglar shows up. So, adoption. Now this rule that is straight from Pleasant Sims. Sims that try for a baby 3 times and are unsuccessful are considered infertile and eligible to adopt. Since I do use ACR, this is going to make it more likely that a sim will be infertile. And there's going to be more on that in a different section in a little bit. But I have to do this, otherwise Sims aren't really going to adopt any children. The only time I force a sim to adopt is the oldies. I force them to adopt a little girl, a child, not a toddler. So Bo has a partner, basically. I kind of do that. That's also what Cindy does. Yeah, I feel like that fit. Except she does a townie adoption, but I'm going to do a randomized adoption. So, yeah, whatever sim gets generated, it's going to be the sim. Because I'm not going to have the townies in Pleasant View, since it's a subhood, as for some reason in the subhood, the townie themes are all randomized, and since I have default replacements, I might not be able to recognize them to rename them to the correct names. So I was like, let's just get the non-townie version and have random townies that generate in the game. So yeah. Aging, I do have a custom aging system, which is basically the same aging system that Cindy has. Yeah, I know. I'm copying a bunch of rules. I know. But again, credit goes to her. I can't take credit for coming up with this. This aging system basically mimics more real-life aging. So babies are 2 days, ages 0 to 1. Toddlers are 3 days, ages 2 to 4. Children are 7 days, ages 5 to 11. Teens are 6 days, ages 12 to 17. Adults that go to college are 38 days, ages 22 to 59. And adults that don't go to college are 42 days, ages 18 to 59. And then elders obviously vary. So like 60 to whatever age they die at. Except for the elder pre-maids. They're not going to be 60. They're going to be like in the late 50s. I can't do anything about that. So they're just going to do that. I can't do anything. So yeah, I'll fix the ages in SMP if they do go to college or they flunk out of college. I can fix the ages in SimPE to be the correct remaining days. Now, aspirations, I did like the way she had the zodiac signs based on what aspiration they go up to be. So, Aquarius, family, Aries, popularity, Cancer, family, Capricorn, fortune, Gemini, fortune, Leo, popularity, Libra, romance or pleasure, Pisces, knowledge, Sagittarius, knowledge, Scorpio, Fortune, Taurus or Taurus, however it's pronounced, romance of pleasure, and Virgo knowledge. So, yeah, these are probably not completely accurate to what you would be like. I'm a Taurus, and I'm definitely not a romance sim. I'd probably more likely be a pleasure or family, I would say. So, yeah, I'm definitely not a romance sim. So, yeah. And the reason Libra and Taurus are romance or pleasure is because I don't like having primary pleasure sims. I prefer them to just be secondary. If we get too many romance sims, then I will make someone in pleasure. So secondary aspirations. I use a calculator that bases it off a sim's interest. If two aspirations are tied for the highest number of points, I roll a number between 1 and 100. If the number is 50 or below, I choose the first aspiration in the list. If the number is 51 or above, I choose the second aspiration. I only give these to adults and elders. So, that's basically that. I don't need to explain any further. Clothing. I let my Sims keep what they age up in unless it doesn't fit them or looks terrible. If that happens, I let them get one outfit for free. So I have the Gussy Up mod, which allows me to give Sims free clothing and be able to get them makeovers without needing a mirror or to change clothes without needing a wardrobe. And then if a Sim wants new clothes, they have to roll the one for it. I'm not going to buy a Sim new clothes unless they do want it. So, yeah, and then I'll send them to the clothing store to get new clothes. Alright, on to favorite colors. A Sim's favorite color is based on what they age up in. I then base the clothes and room off of that color. So, let's say a Sim ages up into a red tee. If I don't like what they're wearing, I'll get them, like, if I like the pants but not the shirt they aged up in, I'll find them a different red shirt. And then the room is going to have like red, mostly red in it, red colors and stuff, as that's going to be their favorite color for that life stage. So like the favorite color was red as a child, but then they go up in a teen and the favorite color changes to blue. I'll appropriate that into their new decorative room, basically. That's how to explain it. So, fertility. Now, here is more in depth on that. I use ACR to help control fertility. With this mod, Sims autonomously woohoo and try for baby, and the fertility declines as they age. I only force Sims to try. Oh my god, I can't English. I only force Sims to try for baby when one of them rolls a want to. Otherwise, they just do normal woohoo. I never force them to woohoo unless it's on the wedding night or if they roll the want. So, basically, it helps with the fertility, like in real life. Your fertility will decline as you get older. So, yeah, that's basically self-explanatory. If a sim couple tries to be 3 times and doesn't get pregnant, I assume that one of the couple is infertile. I have them adopt at this point to fulfill the desire for a baby. If they want a second child, they can try again naturally up to 3 times. That basically gives them the chance of having a biological child. As I do want my couples to have biological children, but I also want them to have a chance to adopt. Next bulletin, I use the Visky Woohoo part of ACR, which means my Sims have a chance of becoming pregnant even when they are not trying for baby. I had a chance set to 20% globally. I feel like that's fair enough. It's the same that Pleasant Sims has set to. It just makes it, like, it helps with, like, the romance female Sims. Romance Sims will probably never have a baby if I didn't do that. Now, same-sex couples can have children in my game with a mod. The same rules apply for them. So yeah, I know that is unrealistic, but it's The Sims. I have that in The Sims 4, where same-sex couples can get married. And like, not married, but have biological children, you know. So, yeah. It's 2020, people. Deal with it. And then the last one, I will only give my Sims a super fertility aspiration benefit if it's late into their life and they want a child and don't already have any biological children. This is so we don't have a ton of twins. Twins are hard enough to deal with. Like an example of someone I would give this to is possibly Jenny Smith. She's like, I believe the age I have set for her, like she's in her 40s, I think. And usually when I stop playing her, she'll load the wants to have another child. Like especially if she boasts to have the 10 children want. I've never like kept that want active because I'm always like, no, it can't happen. But we'll see. So pregnancy. I use Pleasant Sim's 18-hour pregnancy mod, which simulates 9 months of my life. Every 2 hours equal 1 sim month, which works well with my aging system. So, yeah. I feel like that's perfect. And it's quicker and yeah, because I get impatient waiting for the child to be born. Because I'm always eager to see the gender, you know. So tiny pregnancies. Now, I was thinking about this, and I'm not 100% sure if I want to oh my god, I hate English. Implement this rule into my Ultra Hood, because that would just add more families into the rotations, and it's already going to be hard enough to get through everyone once. So, let me guys know down in the comments if you want to see me have this rule in the Ultra Hood, because if not, I'll just have this rule in my own play time. Because I'm probably going to play Pleasant Sims' Fair Play on my own time while also doing the Ultra Hood for you guys. So I'm going to be using that rule there, but I'm not sure about if I want to do the Ultra Hood, because we already have plenty of Sims to deal with at the moment. So let me know what you think. And yeah. So I'm going to read them anyways to help you guys decide. When a sim has a woohoo session with a townie, I roll a number between 1 through 100. As the number rolled is 1 through 20, the townie becomes pregnant. This is the same 20% chance non-playable sims have of becoming pregnant through risky woohoo. If the townie becomes pregnant, they are moved into their own household or with the other parent as they desire. I use Simblender to make the townie pregnant by the collect playable. The new household is then added to the rotation, and we have fresh blood in the neighborhood. If the playable sim is primary family or secondary family, the townie will move in with them unless the playable is married. So this is basically the same that Pleasant Sims have here, except it's modified for the same gender, and then I added this rule. So, yeah. We'll see. I don't know if I want to do this, but let me guys know if you want to see these implemented. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have that in my own off-scene playing, I guess. So, inheritance. Family homes are inherited. The oldest child will always inherit the house, no matter the gender, unless they die. If that happens, the second oldest will inherit the house instead. If a sim has no children, the house will go to the closest relative, like a sibling, niece, or nephew. If they don't have any living relatives, the house will go back up for sale. So, this is kind of like a Pleasant Sim rule, but also modified in my own way. So basically, like a family home example would be the Goss, the Pleasants. I'll have to think. Oh, Riley Hollow from Four Corners, her house would be a family one. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have the Sims move back in when the parents are getting close to dying, or if I'll just wait until they die and then move them in with some cheats so they don't have to pay for the house. We'll see. Lifetime wants. I ignore lifetime wants randomly assigned when my Sims are teens. Instead, I wait until they finish college and become adults. Then I assign lifetime want that most closely fits what they truly want to do with their lives. Basically how I wait until they're adults to give them secondary aspirations too. So the magical lamp wishes. Now, I haven't personally gotten a magic lamp when I was playing, but I liked Pleasant Sims rules for it, so if um we, we happen to get one while we're playing, I'll look at this to see what they're gonna wish for. So, the sim who gets the memory of finding the lamp can make one wish based on aspiration. Family, give me peace of mind. Fortune, give me wealth. Knowledge, give me power to cheat death or resurrect. Popularity, give me a long life. Pleasure, give me wealth, a long life. And then wealth is ever since aspiration meter is in green or below at the time of making the wish. Or for long life, ever since aspiration meter is in yellow or platinum at the time of making the wish. And then for romance, is give me beauty. If the sim with the memory of finding the lamp is a baby, toddler, or child, they must wait until they are at least a teen and have an aspiration before making their wish. And then after the first wish is made, any sim who rolls a want may make a wish until all they are used. And for the ones that roll the wish, it's going to be the same for them based on aspiration. So, like I said, I haven't gotten the magic lamp myself playing, so it might not happen, but the rules are there just in case. Now naming, like I said before, I use the alphabet to name the Sims. So I start with A and move on to B and so on. Now I have a couple sections. The only section to this is Brandy's unborn child if it's a male and Darren Dreamer's kids. For Brandy's unborn child, since I am using the Queen template, Brandy's child can be a girl. So if it's a girl, I will go with the letter that we're on. But if it is still a male, then I'm going to name the child Bobby. It's what Pleasant Sims do, and I think it fits perfectly since Brandy's father's name is Bob. The Bob and Betty from Sims 1. And then with Darren Dreamer's kids, he goes with D's, so any of Darren's children will have a D name, but Dirk, he won't continue that on. It's only going to be Darren. And then maybe I'll pick one of his other children to do it. I don't think Dirk will do it. But we'll see what I decide. Darren might only do it. I don't know if any of his children will continue that on, but we'll see. So, retirement. Sims only retire from their jobs if they will want to do so in their elder years. So they basically have to have that want to retire. Pretty self-explanatory. Gender preference. I use the ACR mod to recognize gender preference of all Sims in the game who don't currently have a preference. There's a 10% chance that a Sim will become gay, and there's a 15% chance that a Sim will become bisexual. So, I feel like that's fair enough. It just gives us a chance for that. Now, we'll see. Most of the pre-mades, at least in the base game, hoods already have a gender preference. So, then we'll see. And rotations. I play a household for 1 season or 4 days. So I have a mod that sets the seasons to 4 days as if it's better. And it's just 1 day. I think it's 1 day less than it normally is without a mod. And now, this might not make sense, but I'll try to explain it. If a sim goes to university, I will play that sim for however many days are left in the household when they left. Example, sim live for 2 days left, I'll play the university for 2 days. On the next rotation, I will play them for the last 2 days, then move them into a house and play them for those other 2 days so everyone's ages stay in sync. So, Dirk, for an example, he goes to university with 1 day left in the first rotation with my aging system. So then when I get to the end of the present rotations, I'll go to the university students and I will then play Dirk's university for this for the first round for 1 day. Then I'll stop and move on to the second rotation of Pleasant View. And once I get to the end of that and get back to the university round, we'll finish Dirk's university, which then I'll do 3 days, which is the last 3 years. And then once he finishes and moves out, I'll move him into a house and then play him for 1 day. That's so ages will stay in sync. Now, I could just play the whole university rounds at once for The Sims. Ages won't be in sync then. This is the only way I could think of to keep the ages in sync. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but once you see it happen in the series, it'll make more sense. So anyways, moving on to the last bit of rules. University. I use Saigon Semester Changes mod, which shortens university to 8 days instead of 24. Every 2 days in college represents 1 semester and 1 real life year. Since only attend college, they roll the once on the day they would age up to an adult. I don't lock them one if they roll it before the last day as teens in case they change their minds. So this helps because example, you could be 14 and then yeah, I definitely want to go to college when I'm older. And then as you get older, you might realize college isn't for you. So on the day of the 18th birthday, when they wake up, if they have the want to go to college, I'll lock it in. And when they get back from school, I'll see if they have any scholarships, and then I'll send them off before 6 p.m. Now, if they don't roll that in the morning, then once they get back from school, I'll hope they roll the once they get off the school bus. But if not, I'll try to fulfill some of their wishes in hopes that they roll it. And then if they don't roll it by 6 p.m., they'll just age up into an adult. I do want my Sims to go to college because I want those extra once slots and be able to lock 2 once in. Because you may notice, I'm going to get degrees to all the adults and elders because I want those extra once slots. Even if they probably wouldn't have went. It's just kind of how I am. Because I want those extra once slots. Anyways. Next. Thanks to a new law passed in SimCity, higher education is free for all Sims. However, bills in college must be paid as a room and board fee. So basically, you do get bills in college if you're in a dorm or in a house. Now, I could stop them with the visitor controller, but I feel like they need to pay something, but I don't want them to pay for to go to college. So they're gonna use some of their money that they get to pay the bills that they bring with them. Now, if they do run out, then it's not gonna really happen, but because I'm gonna cheat them because I don't want them to, repo man. We don't need to see him. Anyways, next. Every Sim chooses the major they want. If a Sim doesn't vote or want to declare a specific major, they'll remain undeclared until the end of the sophomore year when they are automatically enrolled in the philosophy major. This is just so, they can choose what they want to do. Because, you're not going to have someone choose for you what major you're going to roll in, so I'm not going to do that to them. So I don't force Sims to study, do assignments, write term papers, build skills, or go to class. They will only engage in these activities if they will want to do so, or automatically do them without my direction, since they'll flunk out of college if they don't keep the grades up. So I might intervene a couple of times, if they have the want to complete freshman year or complete sophomore year or something like that. I might intervene so they at least have a passing grade. But other than that, if they flunk out, they flunk out. I'll just have to write a mental note of that. Well, not write it in their spreadsheets that they flunked out and how many days will need to be played. So yeah. Next, the simoleons they give in college will be added to their bank account before they leave. If there was not enough simoleons in the house at the time, I would cheat them the money with the sim manipulator. So, yeah, that's basically that. Now, it might not be the sim manipulator. It is the sim manipulator, because that other one's a sim blender. But I would cheat them the money because they earned that in college, so it should be put in the bank accounts. And I'm not going to add it as they go, as they earn it, so they can at least pay the bills. And this is a will I added myself. Rich families will give their children 10,000 simoleons each when they move to college. Now, I don't want all of my Sims to live in dorms. I want some of them to live in houses. Like, example, the Pleasants. I don't think Pleasants are a rich family, so I would say that they're gonna give Angela and Noah 10,000 simoleons each to move in to a house there on campus instead of, going into a dorm. And also the Goss, like if Cassie's children wants to go to college, they'll get the money. So yeah, that's basically that. An example of a family that wouldn't give them simoleons would be the Brokes and the Dreamers. They would have to go into dorms. So yeah. What am I gonna base that off on? How big the house is, I guess. Or if it's like a family home, then maybe it's like rich because they get to keep the house, so wouldn't have to really worry about it or something. And yeah, I'm honestly not 100% sure how I'm gonna figure out what families are rich. I'll just guess it, and I will use Monique's hat computer to send them the money and everything, because that's all the bank account stuff. So yeah, that's basically all my rules. I don't think there's anything I missed when I was writing them. At least I hope not. And if I do add or change any rules, I'll put them in here. And that's basically it. Hopefully, I can get everything set up to start Sims 2 sometime next month, hopefully before Christmas. I'll be able to do it before the end of the month. I might if I really try, but honestly, we'll have to see. And also I forgot to mention, as we do like play, I'll probably renovate some of the houses. Like example, trying to think of a house that I would want to renovate. Well, there are some houses that definitely need renovations. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So I'm not gonna worry about that. But I'll probably renovate them. I don't know if I'll record extra videos for that, or if I'll do it on my own time. I'll have to see. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end. This has became a long video, and I do apologize. I will edit this down, cut out like my coughing and stuff. And yeah, oh, and about the Barney Let's Play, I haven't recorded it yet. I'll get around to it. I just been wanting to focus on getting The Sims 2 set up. So, yeah. I'm going to make an estimate of when this is going to start. So, let me see the calendar. It's the 24th right now. It's going to be the 25th in a couple hours. So I would technically have about a week before December 1st. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. So on December 8th is my estimate for when this will be ready. So if I'm not ready by December 8th, then hopefully it'll be the 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th it'll be ready. So sometime on the week of the 8th, hopefully, it'll be ready. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get the world set up because I need to make sure there is a pet store. I don't know if I'm going to put a pet store in each of the hoods. We might only really need to put one pet store down, which I'll probably have in Strangetown in the main hood at least. Or maybe I'll put it in Pleasant View, I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe I'll put it in downtown. That'll probably make more sense. We'll see what I do, but there needs to be at least one pet store in the Ultra Hood for when they want pets. And then I'm gonna have a cemetery for each of the hoods. I'm gonna put a cemetery down. It's just gonna be the same laid out cemetery because I don't care about the cemetery and looking nice. I just want a place to put those graves so the ghosts will stop bugging me. So yeah. That's basically how that's going to go. I don't think there's anything else I need to mention. I'll probably record some Barnyard tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. Because I want to record some Barnyard episodes for you guys to give you something to at least watch while you're waiting. And once I do start, the series will be uploaded every other day. So like, I upload the first part on Monday, the second part will be up on Wednesday. So, yeah, that's basically how I'm gonna do that. As long as I have parts recorded, it'll continuously be uploaded every other day. And then if any other Let's Play will be uploaded on those days that The Sims 2 ain't being uploaded. So, yeah, that's how that's gonna work. So possibly I'll be uploading almost every single day. We'll see. But if you do want to put some name suggestions down in the comments, go ahead. I'll add them to the baby names list if it's not already there. And then we'll see when this will start. So, like I said, hopefully by December 8th, I'll be ready. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay determined. Goodbye, guys.